and killed by Sangamon County Sheriff's deputies. WND's Carly Bronkema has been looking for answers about what happened.
A woman shot and killed by Sangamon County Sheriff's deputies.
That's going to affect the immediate family and the children of Sonya, as well as our whole community. The whole community needs to take a stand.
The Sangamon County coroner says 36-year-old Sonya Massey was shot at her home on Saturday morning. Now, the community wants to know why. Tiara Standage has family who lives near Massey and wants to know what led to the shooting.
It's just sad that people can call out for help and end up dead. There's no body cam footage, being released. There's no information being released right now. So it just leads to speculation. And I think that the Sangamon County sheriffs and the police department, they need to come forward with the information about what happened to Sonya Massey.
The Sangamon County Sheriff's Office says deputies were called to Hoover Avenue near Hobbs Park for a report of a prowler. After searching the neighborhood for about 30 minutes, they reported shots were fired. That's when Massey was shot, and the deputies started first aid. Massey died at the hospital.
And with things like this happening in our community, it only makes the stigma bigger. It creates a bigger divide between the police and the black community. And as black women, we need to have somebody to call who can protect us.
The sheriff's office asked the Illinois State Police to conduct an independent investigation into the incident. In Springfield, Carly Bronkema, WAMD News.
We have reached out to the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office as well as the state police with several questions about what led to this shooting. They have not answered our questions about whether body camera video exists or what led to the shots being fired. We'll continue to ask those questions.
Here's what also they found out about this deputy. Okay. This is it's
An Illinois sheriff's deputy is charged with murdering a black woman who called 911. Prosecutors say Sangamon County Deputy Sean Grayson shot Sonya Massey at her home in Springfield earlier this month. She'd called police about a suspected intruder. About 200 people gathered at the Springfield NAACP building yesterday to support her family, who were inside the building viewing body camera footage. That video will be released Monday.
We want the community to understand that once everything is released, to continue the peaceful protests and to continue to demand justice.
The tragedy of this is heartbreaking, and I feel for not just the families, the family of the victim, but also the families of Sangamon County, and then all people of color who have had to endure these kinds of circumstances and to witness them.
Grayson has been fired and is in custody. He has some local ties. He was charged with misdemeanor DUI in Macoupin County, once in 2015 and in 2016. He pleaded guilty to one, and a judge found him guilty in the other. He worked for Verdon Police Department in 2021 on the border of Macoupin.
So this is what's going on. So this guy had multiple DUIs, not once, but twice. Okay. That's what's insane about this. Police departments have to do a better job. That's what they have to do. But if you have the right complexion for the protection, this is what happens. There's more. There's more as well. Springfield, Illinois deputy fatally shot a woman in the face inside her home after she called 911 to report a possible intruder, even as she put her arms in the air and said, "I'm sorry," while ducking for cover, charging documents revealed. Sheen P. Grayson, who has since been terminated from the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office, was arraigned before presiding circuit judge Ryan Cadigan in Sangamon County Court Thursday on 3 counts of first-degree murder and 2 other counts from July 6 shooting inside the home of Sonya Massey. Grayson pleaded not guilty to all 5 counts. Illinois Governor J.P. Pritzker called the shooting heartbreaking. I feel Pritzker said, not just for the family of the victim, but for also the families of Sangamon County, and then all people of color who had to endure these kinds of circumstances and to witness them, because it affects everyone, even if it hasn't happened to you specifically. The fatal police assault on Massey, a 36-year-old black woman, has garnered national attention and spurred community protests, including one that drew about 200 people to the Springfield NAACP building on Wednesday. Renowned civil rights attorney Ben Crump has been retained by the family, who applauded Cadigan's denial of bail. Today's decision by the judge to hold Deputy Sean Grayson in custody without bail marks another crucial step in the pursuit of justice for Sonya Massey's family, emphasizing the gravity of the charges and the severity of the officer's actions, Crump said. Sonya's death has been extremely shocking and devastating for her family and community. We hope that this officer continues to be held accountable for his deadly actions in order to restore trust and rebuild faith within this grieving community. Grayson, a 30-year-old Rivington, Illinois resident, had been with the Sheriff's Department since May of 2023, before being terminated by Sheriff Jack Campbell on Wednesday. Campbell said in a statement that Grayson did not act as trained or in accordance with our standards, and his actions do not reflect the values and training of the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office or law enforcement as a whole. According to documents, Grayson drew his 9mm gun and threatened to shoot Massey in the face. Grayson aggressively yelled for her to put down a pot of boiling water. Grayson drew close to Massey. He fired 3 times around 1:21 a.m., striking her once in the face. Grayson had not activated his body-worn camera until then, though another sheriff's deputy, who has not been named, had his activated, arriving at Massey's home. Grayson, the document said, instructed the other deputy not to retrieve medical kit from his vehicle because of the severity of Massey's injury. The other deputy did render aid and stayed with Massey until the ambulance arrived. Massey died of a single gunshot wound, according to Sangamon County Coroner Jim Allman. Campbell said the investigation was turned over to the Illinois State Police after he was notified on July 6. An expert in the field of use of force reviewed the body cam footage as part of the state police investigation and concluded that Grayson was not justified in the use of deadly force. The expert likened the scenario to an officer intentionally and unnecessarily putting himself in front of a moving vehicle, then justifying use of force because of the fear of being struck. The body cam footage is set to be released to the public Monday morning. Defense attorney Dan Foltz requested Grayson's release from detainment, telling the court he wasn't a threat to flee and had remained at home since the shooting. Oh boy. Grayson, who has worked for several other law enforcement agencies in the area, was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer in October. Foltz said Grayson had a medical incident overnight with his colostomy bag. Another reason he asked that Grayson be released. That's nice. Just give him medical treatment right there in the jail cell. You don't need to go anywhere. Cadigan said Grayson's callousness during and after the shooting, including not rendering help to Massey, was one of the reasons he ordered Grayson to continue to be detained pre-trial, denying his petition in accordance with the Pretrial Fairness Act. A large contingent of Massey's family attended the hearing, and several people in the courtroom applauded Cadigan's decision. Several members of the Springfield NAACP, the Faith Coalition for the Common Good, and Black Lives Matter Springfield also in attendance. A dozen uniformed personnel were in the courtroom with several more deputies in the hallway. Grayson's next hearing is scheduled for August 26. Okay. I want you guys to understand something. Trump did say, yes, I'll bring in Trump, okay, that he wanted to have no prosecution for cops, okay? No prosecution for cops when they do something wrong. All right. No prosecution. He didn't say when they do something wrong, just no prosecution for them. I want you to keep that in your mind. No, I'm not saying vote for Biden. Okay. I'm definitely not saying vote for Biden. But I will say this, okay, that you have to keep in mind that with Trump in office, you're going to have racists behind badges thinking they could do things like this. Thursday's murder arraignment is the latest development in the police-involved killings to sweep the nation as civil rights advocates have sounded the alarm on the rise of such incidents. A mapping police violence report released earlier this year found that 2023 was the deadliest year for police killings in the U.S. Police killed more than 1,300 people in 2023, a year that saw several high-profile cases, including the fatal beating of Tyree Nichols in Memphis, Tennessee, the shooting of an environmental activist who was protesting the construction of a police and fire training center near Atlanta, the death of a Virginia man who was smothered in the hospital. There were only 14 days without a police killing last year, and on average, law enforcement officers killed someone every 6.6 hours, according to the report, which is primarily based on news reports and includes data from state and local government agencies. All right. I want to show something right here. This is Sean P. Grayson's track record here. All right. You could go to Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board, and you could go to, let's see. You go to the resources tab and scroll down to officer lookup, and you could type in his name. All right. Type in his name. And remember this number right here. Okay, 651-492-98. And you will get all the information about him. All right. These are all his employers. Okay. He has been fired from Pawnee Police Department, July 26, 2021. Kincaid Police Department, okay, in May 18th, 2021. Verdon Police Department, December 31st, 2021. Auburn Police Department, May 1st, 2022. Logan County Sheriff's Office, okay. All right, in April 28, 2023, and now recently, Sangamon County Sheriff's Office, July 17th, 2024. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 places in departments in law enforcement. Okay, he's been given the boot. Why is he allowed to get away with this? People have to start looking into why he got fired. Why did this man get fired, and why was he still allowed to work on the force? Okay, that has to be the $1 million question. Please share this information. All right. More content creators could make videos on this and circulate it. Show awareness, and hopefully this person will be convicted and sentenced to life in prison. That's all I got to say. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Anything you want to know about this channel is in the description box. Later.